That was unbelievable. But Cal gave his opinion on Pope and Kentucky. Did you see it? Subscribe to the channel before continuing with the news. John Calipari's return to Rupp Arena would be an emotional event in itself. But the matchup between Kentucky and Arkansas on Saturday goes beyond sentimentality. At stake is not only an important victory in the SEC, but also an affirmation of the work that Mark Pope has been doing in Lexington. And apparently, even Calipari recognizes this. When talking about his former team, the current Arkansas coach did not spare praise for his successor. They are good. He made them play the way you have to play to win, Calipari said, recognizing the identity that Pope has implemented in the Wildcats. The former Kentucky commander did not stop there and was even more direct when evaluating the performance of his successor. Mark Pope did a fabulous job. Calipari's words are not just a courtesy. Pope's Kentucky has demonstrated characteristics that fit perfectly into modern basketball. The team plays with intensity, spreads the floor, relies on three-point shooting, and plays with confidence. These are essential qualities for a team that wants to win at the highest level of college basketball. And so far, the Wildcats have shown that this style works. It is true that Calipari's return to Rupp Arena inevitably brings with it an emotional issue. Fans debate whether to cheer or boo the coach who led the team for so many years. But when the ball goes up, the narrative will stop being about feelings and start being about the basketball played on the field. And that is where Pope and his Wildcats need to continue proving their worth. Arkansas, on the other hand, comes into this matchup with obvious difficulties. With only one win in Quad 1 games and a 1-6 record in the SEC, Calipari's team has struggled to find its footing this season. That does not mean that the challenge will be easy. Quite the opposite. Pope himself highlighted the quality of the Razorbacks, emphasizing their defense and the ability of their players to play on both sides of the court. This is a team that, despite its difficulties, has the talent to surprise. For Calipari, this game could represent the great affirmation of his new trajectory, a victory that shows that Arkansas can still be a factor in the conference. For Pope, this is a test that goes beyond the rivalry with his predecessor. It is a chance to reinforce that Kentucky is heading in the right direction, that the basketball played by the Wildcats not only respects the team's tradition, but also adapts to what the game demands today. Whether Rupp Arena will applaud or boo Calipari doesn't really matter in the end. What matters is what Mark Pope has done with this team, the confidence Kentucky plays with, and the recognition, even from an old acquaintance, that the job in Lexington is being done well. And when that happens, the conversation stops being about the past and starts to be about a promising future for the Wildcats. And what do you think? Comment